everyone. I have a special guest today here. I have Julia Scaparrotti here today.
Hi guys, happy to be here.
We are Fabulous Foods with Victoria. And so today, Julia, since you are newly married,
Yes.
and I just realized I didn't even use your new last name, sorry.
That's okay, it's not legally changed yet. I'm still Scaparrotti for like another month.
Perfect. Yes. So I thought with Easter coming around, we could try a few new dishes that you can bring to your moms, your in-laws, and your friends later on if you go out.
Perfect,
Okay?
perfect.
Great. So today, first, we're going to start with roasted carrots. So very simple. I went in ahead and I peeled the carrots first, and I cut off the tips as well. So we're gonna go ahead and just add that to our bowl and set that aside. And I always remind people, keep your scraps because later on you can use a vegetable stock.
Good tip.
Yeah, so all the time we're running around doing different things, but stock is like where we can pack the most sodium. When you buy it at the store, there's a lot of salt in it. So if you make your own homemade fresh, then you reduce sodium, and it helps with cardiovascular disease as well.
All right.
Okay. So carrots, and we're gonna add some olive oil first, and a monounsaturated fat, and some salt and pepper.
Peppa.
Pepper.
You don't have a Boston
No,
accent.
not at all. All right, so I'm just gonna give it a toss. And so we're just gonna roast it first, and we're gonna dress it really nicely with the salad dressing at first. So you just toss it with the olive oil first.
How many people would this feed?
You'd probably do about 3 per person.
Okay.
If they're a little bit smaller,
Okay.
you know, whatever. So this would probably feed about a family of 4.
Okay, good to know.
Great question. So lay it out flat so that they'll all evenly cook. We're gonna cook it for 425 for about 30 minutes. I really want it fork tender, so we'll stick a fork in too if we want to make sure that's the right consistency. So we'll go ahead and pop this in the oven real quick. So while that's cooking, we can prepare the dressing we're gonna make with it. So I went ahead and set aside squeezed lemon juice and orange juice. So it's really nice and simple. You have the citrus flavors. I don't know about you, but because it's been so cold, I need some citrus to make me feel a little bit brighter. So I have lemon and orange juice. We're gonna add more lemon juice. We're gonna add some honey. And I always tell everyone—
That's honey?
Yeah.
Oh, where's it from?
So it's actually from my local library.
Oh.
My local library sells it.
They say local honey is good for allergies.
Exactly. Yep, especially with the allergies coming. Okay. We'll add some olive oil. Awesome. Yeah, so actually my local library sells it, which I think is great. I think it goes towards the library as well. So it's always awesome.
Support local.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll just give this a quick whisk. And then afterwards we'll just glaze it over the carrots, and then the carrots are done. So now we're gonna do an arugula beet salad. So we'll bring this to our dinner. So we have arugula, we have beets. So what I did is I roasted these at 400 for about an hour. I just popped them in with foil. I use olive oil, salt, and pepper, rub them all together, wrap them in the foil, and pop it in the oven. And then I'll eat dinner, I'll go shower, whatever, it's great. And they'll cook. So
How long does it take to cook?
about an hour.
Oh, okay, about
which
an
is
hour.
awesome. Yeah. So after that, the skin, it peels off really nicely when you're done, when it's done cooking. I'm gonna put on some gloves because I don't want red hands yet.
Yeah. Smart. Good tip.
Yes, of course. So we can cut them any way you want. We can slice them, we can cube them, wedge them. What do you think?
What does a wedge look like?
Okay, so if we wedge it, we can do this way. And we can take off the ends over here too. Maybe some people won't want that extra bit. So this would be a wedge. So you could decorate the salad nicely like this.
Pretty.
Right. Or we could do some pinwheels. So we'll just take off the ends. But I love beets, and I always like to remind people, beets are so good for your bowels. As a registered dietitian, that's what I love to talk about. And I say that because people eat beets and then they won't realize why their bowel changed to red.
The beet.
Because of the beet. So we can do a pinwheel like this. Or, in case you, I always think of like kids or anybody who's like on a modified texture, even though beets are pretty soft, you can dice them up. So there's different ways that you could do it. It really depends on how you want to present it. And they're full of antioxidants as well. And they're just such a great vegetable. And what I'll do too is at the beginning of the week, I'll roast a couple of these and then I'll add them to my salad throughout the week on my lunch.
Smart.
Yeah, so it's something's already ready to go. So like this could even be for lunch if you had leftovers after Easter. To take off gloves, sorry, but this is always like a little concern that I have when people do it. So you want to pinch the inside of it, pull it down, and grab the inside of your glove and pull it backwards. So then you'll be cross-contaminating. Not at all. Okay, so next on my salad that we're gonna have, I always like to add fruit in there as well.
Me too.
So we're gonna add some oranges. All right, Julia, what is a tradition that you like to do for Easter with your family?
So my Aunt Jack and Aunt Linda have had Easter ever since I was little. And in their neighborhood, they have a huge park. And when we would all come over, we'd probably, I don't know, Easter's probably around 1 o'clock at my aunt and uncle's houses. And me and my cousins, there's probably about 12 or 13 of us. We'd have a huge Easter egg hunt.
Oh, that's awesome.
And my Aunt Linda spoiled us so much that sometimes that when you would open an Easter egg, it would have a little piece of paper that would say, "See Aunt Linda for your big prize," because the prize would be so big that it wouldn't fit in the Easter egg.
Wow, that was really nice.
Yep. So unfortunately, I'm too old to Easter egg hunt now, but Aunt Linda back in the day gave out some good prizes on Easter.
What were some good ones?
Coloring book, football, you know.
That was awesome.
Big toys like that. Yeah, we were spoiled. Spoiled kids. Kids nowadays, I think, get dollars and $20 bills in their eggs now.
Dang. Wow.
What do you do on Easter?
For Easter, it's really about cooking. So we cook lamb mostly. So.
Oh, do you really? Are you Greek?
No.
Oh, is that a Greek thing?
Yeah, I think so. You're right on that too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A full lamb, like on a spit?
No, but those are so good and yummy though. I love those. I'm really hungry now.
We have a salad to eat.
No, but that's a good idea. So really it's about food, what we do around my house. I always get asked, like, what's a trick we can do to help with reduce crying?
Yeah, I cry a lot around onions. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, some people wear like goggles or shields.
Yep.
So actually that helped when we were in the kitchen in the pandemic because you had to wear face shields anyway, so you kind of protected yourself a lot. So I'm just going to thinly chop it, and some people will put the onion in the freezer for like a few minutes before cutting it. They say that helps.
I've never heard of that one before.
Yeah, I just, I always say like maybe you just need a good cry and let it happen. So I'm going to
play some Celine Dion and start cutting onions.
Yeah, it's a really good. Get it out. So I'm just going to thinly slice it to put on our salad. What are you looking forward to in the spring?
Just some good weather.
Yes.
I do like that's, what is it called? The time change has already happened because now the sun's out at least when I get out of work. But
that's like the best reward.
It's the best part of spring is that now that the sun's back out.
Yes.
But yeah, just warm weather.
I agree with that. I can't wait to go to the beach and just like sit by the ocean breeze and just get some fresh air that way. Okay, Miss Julia, would you like to crumple up some goat cheese and put it on? However you may like.
Sure. I actually love goat cheese.
I do too. And you know what I love about goat cheese now?
I'm not as pretty as you.
No, go for it. You can get like blueberry goat cheese. You can get like raspberry goat cheese. So it makes it fun and flavorful. Actually, for my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, I made a blueberry goat cheese quesadilla with, it was with
not
eggs.
Mexican.
I know. It was really, we had tortillas, we had blue goat cheese, and we had eggs. So I really made them a breakfast sandwich like that. They were pretty like, why are we eating blue cheese?
Is that enough, you think?
Perfect. No, looks great.
All right.
Yeah. So, and then I also have pistachios as well. I'd like to keep them on the side just because if anybody has any nut allergies, they can make their own choice. So I just like to, I'll bring it like in a little container or something. So then we can go ahead and we can, so how I like to chop up mint to make it a little bit easier, I always rub herbs first because that releases the oils.
I actually learned that recently. You're
Yeah?
supposed to like spank the mint leaf.
Spank.
Yeah, that's what somebody told me. You're supposed to spank it.
Yeah. I like to say just give it like a little rub.
Yeah, give it a little
Same
massage.
thing. Yeah, exactly. And then you can roll it up nicely. And then you can just give it a little slice. Don't get your fingers. And then maybe one down the middle to break it up. And then you get fresh mint that way. I love mint. I love like in the garden every year. Oh, that's what I'm looking forward to is gardening too this spring. Great question.
Freshly squeezed. I saw you squeezing it earlier.
Yes, actually.
That's no Tropicana in there.
No, definitely not. Always as fresh as we can. We're not in Florida, of course, unfortunately in the sun. But yeah, so fresh squeeze. I saved those oranges and my lemons. And actually over here I have brewing orange and lemons and chamomile because Easter is pretty exhausting. And at the end of the day, you might want to sip on some hot chamomile, and with the orange and lemon, that will keep you with a lot of antioxidants and being great for spring.
Like it. You don't throw away anything. No waste in the Fabbo kitchen.
Trying not to, yes. All right, so orange and lemon juice.
What's this?
Okay, then we have here Dijon mustard for a little bit of spice. It was funny, so I was working and auditing factories, and I learned that mustard isn't yellow until the turmeric and curry are added. So I don't know, I thought when they crushed the mustard seeds, it would come out yellow, right? No. So that was a really cool thing I learned. So again, more honey always.
From your local library.
Yes.
From the local bees.
And it's from Peabody.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Brooksby Farm maybe?
I
don't know. I don't know who harvests bees.
Well, look at the label. And then this is champagne vinaigrette. Thank you for assistance. And then I just give this a whisk. And I never try to add sugar, raw sugar, anything like that. I just try to always use honey for everything. Okay. And then I won't even add it. I will, because especially if you're transporting it, you don't want it to get soggy or anything. And people might like particular how much dressing they like. So I just leave that on the side for them so they can pick. And then if you wanted to bring your extra sides as well for anybody to grab. So we got our beautiful salad.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so nice and easy. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll work on our berry quinoa salad next. Okay, Julia, we're gonna make my favorite. Next, we're gonna do quinoa berry salad. So we have blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and strawberries as well. So I have some huge strawberries.
Oh yeah, those are big.
Yeah, so I wanna cut them a little bit closer to that size. So I'm gonna cut off the edge. Unfortunately, these are a little bit more white, so I'm just gonna cut that off. Cut it in half. And then, what kind of fruits do you guys enjoy at home?
Love all the types of berries. We're actually weirdly allergic to quite a few. My husband Jared's allergic to berries, so he can't have berries, but I love berries.
Really?
But we're both allergic to plums. We're both allergic to apples.
Oh, okay.
So we eat bananas. I eat berries. What other fruits do we eat? Oranges. Big orange family. Okay. A lot of oranges.
Perfect. And then, so I always try to think if I can get 2 fruits in a day or enough, not more. So that's why I always add fruit to salad because I feel like I'll always kind of forget to have it. So it's always good if you can have cut up fruit. And I love that it's coming spring for all of this. So the more the merrier. Again, I like to wrap it up. You can do it anyway, really. So, Julie, I guess I never even spoke about how we even met.
Yeah.
Maybe we can that back up.
Do you want to tell the story?
Oh, is there a story?
No story. Kind of a story.
Let's hear it.
Well, you tell me.
Oh, okay. So last year, Miss Julia, of course, is Miss Mass. And
Back in the day.
And she was my pageant coach because I competed for Miss Mass last year.
You did.
And it was a lot of fun.
And you did amazing. I was so proud of you.
Thank you. We had a lot of fun.
First time ever, right?
First time ever in a pageant, yes. Something I've always wanted to do, so it was great. And I won Miss Spirit Award, so that was great.
I was going to say, you won some award.
Yeah, so.
Spirit Award makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. I'm glad you loved it. And
yes.
Yeah, so I was Miss Mass USA back in 2017. So it's been a while, but it's a hobby, I guess, that I never quit. So I run production for Massachusetts and Maine, and then I also coach with one of my best girlfriends, Kate Parent, who's a former Miss Maine USA.
Yes.
So yeah, we're like your big New England pageant coaches.
You are, yes. And why would it be a hobby? It's like something you love. Like I want my hobbies to be something I love.
Right.
So that's really awesome that you get to do that.
Yeah, we turned our hobby into a job. So.
Yeah, so it was really awesome. So KP Consulting took care of me very well.
Oh, good. I'm glad you liked us.
Kate and Julia.
We loved you.
Thank you. So it was a lot of fun. And of course, Kate's daughter. She was a coach in herself. She's so awesome.
Yeah. She just turned 6, so.
Oh. All right. So let's assemble this together. So we have our quinoa. Quinoa, follow the package on the back. So you boil water with it at the same time for 15 minutes or so, and then it's done. So you know when it's done when it, I don't know if you can see, but when the grain pops and you see that the little white thing out is the endosperm, and that's when you know that it's ready. So, anywho.
I think quinoa is easier to cook than rice.
I agree with that.
I can never get rice right.
Yeah.
Why my rice is always dry or too wet. I can never get it perfect.
I know, and they always say like maybe 1.5 cups or 2 cups per 1 cup, so it's a different ratio all the time. And then best part about quinoa is you can replace it with rice or pasta. It has, it's a complete protein, so that means it has all 9 essential amino acids, which our body cannot produce within itself, so we need to consume it. That's like the best part about quinoa. It's a great protein source, so even though it might look like rice, you're actually receiving a lot more from it than rice, which is great. All right, so quinoa, and then berries.
Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries.
Yep, and blackberries, yeah. It kind of almost looks like cereal right now.
Yeah, it almost looks like oatmeal.
Yeah. Garnish it with some mint and basil. Make it pretty.
Should be a good 4th of July recipe.
Ooh, that's a great. Yeah,
it looks pretty.
Totally. So there's that. Again, you can accompany it with some almonds, extra protein for it. I'm just gonna keep it off on the side.
Good crunch too.
Good crunch too.
I love crunch in a salad.
Ooh, yes. And now we're gonna make our dressing. So we'll have again lemon juice and orange juice. We're just keeping with that citrus honey feel. It just brings everything out together nicely. So orange and lemon, and thank you. What are you looking forward to eating for Easter?
Ooh, my mind always goes to desserts.
Yes.
I love carrot cake.
Ooh,
I'm a huge carrot cake person. I made a good one, was it 2 years ago? And it was actually Olivia Copo's family's recipe that she posted on her Instagram. And they make it with pineapple.
Wow, okay.
It was actually really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I'll have to try that because, as you know, my sister Bianca.
Yes.
So she and
Which, by the way,
oh yeah,
you didn't say that connection either. I competed with Bianca when we were just teenagers, like 14, 15 years old.
That's right. Yeah.
So we go back.
Miss Mass Teen, yes. So she loves my carrot cake. Our carrot cake make it for like all of her graduations and things like that. So again, ask Jared, I'll make you carrot cake.
All right.
Okay, so just like that, the dressing's done. So that's berry quinoa salad, and we'll check on our roasted carrots, and in the meantime, we'll also start our dessert.
Yum, my
Okay.
favorite part.
So we're gonna be making Nutella peanut butter oatmeal no-bake cookies.
All right, I like that.
All right, so you can hear the sizzling right now. I have butter melting. I'm gonna add some milk with it. So we want it to get to a boil a bit, and we're gonna add some cocoa powder.
You already measured everything out, right?
Everything out. The
All right.
vanilla, we'll just give it a little whirl afterwards.
Okay.
As my mom says, you can never have too much vanilla. So
this was brown sugar.
brown sugar, coconut
Coconut.
flakes. And if you'd like, you can toast them ahead of time as well.
Oh, yum.
Yep, it depends on what people prefer.
All right, is this almond butter, peanut butter?
Peanut butter, yep.
Peanut butter.
Yep, that one's Teddy's. You know, in Everett, where I'm from. So I always like to enjoy some local ingredients as best as we can.
Ooh, this is nice and smooth.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we
Peanut
have
butter check.
peanut butter check, great. We have oats.
Oats.
So actually it's a mixture of old-fashioned oats and instant oats.
Any reason why?
I wanted to see if there'd be a texture different with having a little bit and bigger oats. So just to see what people might like. All
And
right.
this is Nutella.
And Nutella, my favorite thing ever. It's what I always love to eat.
Gotta get
So like at night when
in.
oh yeah, all of it, as much as you can. I'll do like Nutella and I'll cut up apples. Or you said you're allergic to those?
I'm allergic to, you know what, I can
Okay.
eat apples if it's in an apple pie, but the
Okay.
skin and a raw apple just, allergic.
Don't do it, okay. So this came to a boil nicely.
And
then you can give
what am I
it
doing with the vanilla?
a dash or a whirl or a sprinkle. Whatever you
Oh, I
want to
can do whatever I want?
Yeah.
It smells
Perfect.
good. All right,
Gift.
like,
I'm checking on the carrots, seeing how
here
they're
I go.
doing.
Hopefully I don't ruin it.
Okay.
Is that enough?
Perfect.
Okay.
Works. All right. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna break it off a little bit. Ooh. So yeah, go ahead and give that a mix for me, please. And then we're gonna add this hot incorporation. It will bring it all together. And so the peanut butter and the Nutella get a little bit chunky at times, so that can be a bit difficult, but the heat of this will melt it all together nicely.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a granola cookie. So you could even bring this out. Some people might say when you go hiking or something like that, you already have the peanut butter, the oats there as well. So let's go ahead and give this a little add. Thank you. Scrape off the bottom as best. Give it a whirl. And smells like hot chocolate.
Does smell good.
Okay, so this might be a little bit of a trickier part if you're having kids involved, just because it's a little tough with the Nutella and the peanut butter get a little chunky. And you want to move quickly, because if you don't, it might settle not the way you want. And it smells so nice.
It does.
And I can't wait to go hiking now. I'm really excited.
Do you hike? Are you a hiker?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm totally not.
Really?
Nope.
Oh.
Don't hike.
Like Mount Washington. My goal is like Machu Picchu someday.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
Nope.
love that. It's so much fun.
I'm more of like a beach gal.
Yeah, that's also my other favorite hobby. Being a beach bum.
Not a big hiker.
So now it's all come nice together. Even if you're on the beach, you can enjoy this. Yeah, it's already came together. So, would you like to spoon it, or I can spoon it?
Show me how it's done, and then I
Okay.
can take the lead.
Sounds good. So they're little clusters, so they don't have to be perfect, as I always say. Especially if kids are around and trying to tell them to like make something look pretty and great. It's okay, just let them have fun. So I just clump them all together. And then if you,
Sorry, I was going to ask, it seems like it's quick to make too. It's not that long, right?
yeah, nice, quick, and easy. Give them about 30 minutes to settle because it's hot from the oven, stovetop. but then they're ready to go. If you want to put them in the fridge so they get a little bit firmer, you can do that as well.
What do you like to do? Do you like to put it in the fridge?
I like to put it in the fridge just so it firms up a bit. But if people like their Nutella or peanut butter smoother, a little bit creamier, then they can leave it out. Up to you. How do you like your peanut butter Nutella?
On bread.
Yeah.
On toast and a croissant.
Oh, and a croissant, yes. I went to baking school in France too.
Did you really? Look
Yeah.
at you.
So when I was there, anytime there was crepes around,
Yeah,
chocolate
crepe.
croissant, or like I like to tell everybody, that's how I gained 12 pounds in France.
Yep.
Bread and butter, and
Yep.
it was no regrets at all.
Definitely not.
So that's all set. If you want, if you have extra coconut,
Oh, I
you can
didn't
always
leave
sprinkle
any.
on top. No, don't worry, I didn't mention it, so don't worry about it. We have some set over there as well, and then they're ready to go. And dessert for Easter is done.
Perfect.
Yeah, and if you have leftovers too, go ahead and keep scooping it out and freeze them, which is great for the next event or for the weekend. If you didn't get any at Easter time, you have some.
I love them.
So there we go.
Yum.
We'll check on our carrots and we'll be right back. All right, Miss Julia, our carrots are done. Easter's almost there. I also have us some hot tea, like I said, chamomile, orange, and lemon.
I want to try it.
Yeah, so cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Oh, that's good.
It's good, right? Nice and sweet, kind of homey. I'm gonna give our dressing just a little whisk, and I'm gonna drip the dressing on.
Yummy.
Yeah. The lemon really brings out anything for the carrots. Lemon and orange flavor. We're gonna pool the dressing, so if anybody wants it to soak up their carrots in it a little bit more, that works. Put that off to the side. Okay, so we have our dishes that we're gonna bring to Easter. Clean up on the sides. Okay, perfect.
Beautiful.
Thank you again for coming on the show.
I loved it. Thanks for having me. I learned a lot.
Of course, anytime. Well, happy Easter and
You
enjoy
too.
it with your family.
You too.
Thank you. All right, thanks guys for joining us on Fabulous Foods with Victoria, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.